how much money has my Steam game made? And the important thing is actually still in the thumbnail of Mr. Charlie. You can see right here, it's very blurry. This game is called Paint Warfare. It has 700,000 downloads. And I guess it's blurred, he blurred out the gross revenue. But the important part is here, the medium time played. You see the 13 minutes? That to me, I don't understand, and that's why I want to talk about this. What we learned so far is that the longer people play your game, the longer they stay on Steam, and Steam likes that, and therefore they promote your game more. Obviously, if you sell your game a lot, you also gain a lot of traction to your game, because Steam wants to make money off you, of course. And if your game sells a lot, then obviously Steam will promote your game. But if people don't play your game for long, then that's bad. This guy has 13 minutes. That's very low. Median time played. That's nothing. Which one do you guys want to watch? The original video or Charlie? Original? You guys want to see the original? Okay, let's watch the original one. 750,000 downloads and 750,000 sales. I guess I want to take a look at the game really quickly. What is the game? Paint Warfare. Did we see this before? There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Is that a battle royale? Arena shooter FPS. I see. Interesting. Steam achievements say the same things. Many games, big or not, have huge percentages of people not having achievements, such as complete the tutorial, etc. Maybe it just counts people who bought it and didn't launch it once. Could be. Yeah. I mean, buying a game also counts for Steam towards a measurement of success, and therefore Steam will promote your game more because they make money off you. That makes sense to me, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look too, like, okay, it looks kind of nice, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, but, okay. And then how much is it? It's free to play. And you can buy the complete paintball collection. And that's how he's making money. Aha, it's free. It's free to play, garbage. Well, we'll see if it's actually garbage, Mr. Spudgers.
And just some background so you understand these stats.
Wait.
Hey, I'm Alex, and just some background so you understand these stats.
Okay.
This is Paint Warfare. It's a free FPS game with about 750,000 downloads.
Yeah.
And in the game, there's microtransactions. So you can buy DLC bundles from $2 to $5 and coins, which you can use to buy hats and skins for the guns in-game.
This explains why he has so many downloads. Yes, it does.
Reviews are also super positive. It's around 97% positive for this month. So I may be a bit biased, but it seems like players enjoyed the game in general. So in consideration of all this, how much has the game made?
Yeah.
So over a total of 4 years of release, the game has made $4,672.
That's not that much, actually. I was expecting more for this many downloads. Interesting.
Gross. And after local taxes like VAT, GST, and also returns, this comes out to $3,812. And then Steam takes a 30% cut, so the total revenue I take home is $2,668 and 40 cents. Now, let's break this down. So the game was pay to play in the first year of release.
Yeah.
It was around $5, excluding sales. So during its pay to play stage, it sold $594.
I mean, wait, so 4 years. So he made the game free to play and earned more money, it looks like.
And now it's free to play, and it's making about 1,166 USD after all the cuts and fees per year. So now let's look at costs. So since it's a multiplayer game, I pay for servers, and that comes out to $100 per year. And then I also pay for a backend that handles microtransactions, so that's $96 per year. And I've been paying these both for about 2 years because the servers were free under a certain threshold, and I didn't always have microtransactions. So the total for this is $392. Now, in terms of more variable costs, I use a lot of assets to speed up development and make the game better. So my main weakness is 3D art, and assets are usually cheaper than hiring someone. So on assets, I've spent $640 over the past 12 months.
This year?
And it's around the same for last year, maybe a bit less. But the thing with...
He spent so much money on this? It's crazy, he barely breaks even. What the fuck?
with these assets is I can use them for future projects I make because they're constantly updated, like this water.
True, yeah, I guess, yeah. Let's see, does he have more projects than this one? If the game's out for such a long time, one would assume that there is more from this guy, right? The banana dev? Let's see here. Do you have... He does not. Damn, that's 4 years. The game's out... Wait, it's been out for 2 years, though. Interesting. Last update 18 days ago. Damn, I don't know if that's like a really good model that he follows here. Because he's essentially not earning much money. And he's working on it. It was probably an early access, yeah. Damn, bro. I would probably start to make a new game. The revenue doesn't look too good to me. How does he even make a living? Yeah, maybe he's still living at home. Could be, right? And then he doesn't need to make a living.
Anti-cheat stuff, prop packs. But in total on assets, I've spent around $1,000 over the entire development. So in total, my profit after all expenses is $1,276, and there's also some negligible stuff like wire transfer fees. So yeah. Now, in terms of counting how much work I put into the game, Steam actually tracks the amount of time I spend in the game or developing the game in Unity with Steam Open.
Huh. Well, he's using Unity. For me, that would be okay, cool.
So
you can track
that comes out to...
I have a question for you, Mr. Dev Spudges. Do you have this too? How long did it take you to develop the game? What is that number for you? Do you have this? I think it was 2 to 3 years, right? I'm not running Steam in Unity because it locks my library up. Ah, that sucks. Okay. Would have been cool to know how long it took you. I think when did you start developing Stardust? 4+ years full time. Okay. Yeah, and you had a game before that. So about 4+ years. All right. Okay. Damn. Would have loved to see this. But this is 3,000 hours. Damn, that's crazy. I think I'm at 5K hours, by the way. Maybe less. 4K maybe. But somewhere around there. That's where I am. I'm currently 3 years into my game. And I started 1 year before that to learn C++ and engine development. I think it's about 4,000 hours. C++, I would assume.
1,512 hours.
I learned C++,
but this doesn't count the time spent in Unity developing the game before I released on Steam, or stuff like managing the community, making devlogs. So I guess more real estimation would be around 3,000 hours of dev time.
Yep.
So in total, this works out to around 42 cents per hour.
That's still better than some of my YouTube videos, bro. In the beginning, I spent like, I don't know, 50 hours on one YouTube video to get like 1,000 views. And these 1,000 views would give me $1 or something. And so you can make the math yourself. That's a lot of bread, bro, yeah. You don't spend 3,000 hours on YouTube videos though? Yeah, that's true. But if you accumulate that, like it adds up to a lot. Yes. Now it's better, of course, but the hourly rate is still bad. The hourly rate is bad for those, yeah. It's still bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This is pretty sad. If I spent this time working at McDonald's as minimum wage, which is $24.10 Australian, or around 16 USD per hour, I would be sitting at like 48,000 USD as opposed to 1,276, which would definitely pay for like a badass first class trip to Europe or even solve.
Why would you do that? Why would you spend your money on that, bruv? Hey? Why do people dream about like a first class trip to somewhere? I just don't understand.
World hunger.
I'm not a traveling guy.
But working on Paint Warfare, despite not making a lot of money, has given me a crap ton of knowledge on what to do and what not to do when publishing games. And it's opened so many doors. With a large game like this under my belt, I can land pretty much any freelancing gig I want due to my experience and efficiency of dev.
Dude, what? That was way too fast, bro.
Pretty much any freelancing gig I want due to my...
Back, February, $168. Money received. Add tracking information. Okay, so that was one of the things he did. And a couple of frames later. Cool. $220 US. Let's take a break from now. I'll get back to you about the minimap. That's cool. 191.57 US. Wow, euros, 500 euros. Damn. Vous voyez. That's French, by the way, guys. Je suis baguette. Les destinataires les destinataires recrutent. Yeah, I know a little bit of French. Okay, I can read French, by the way, guys. I learned that in school. Vous voyez. Okay, wow, man, this guy's making bank, bruv. Requoit. It's requoit. It's not requoit. Yes, requoit. I do need to train a bit more, but yes. Le démarche du fromage, yeah. Versus you send versus they receive. Isn't it reservoir? It could be reservoir, yeah. Could be reservoir.
Efficiency of dev. I've also had the opportunity to work for YouTubers like...
Ooh, why did you work for YouTubers? How? 6 game devs compete. Because of this.
Blackthorn Prod, making a course for him. And I also got the privilege of taking part in some really cool challenges on YouTube due to my track record. So there definitely are a lot of indirect benefits.
Guys, maybe some people will ask us to participate in one of these in the future if the game is successful. I don't have time for these though, but would be cool, you know. Currently don't have time. So like for example, these challenges usually take, I don't know, entire weekends. I have a baby, bro. I don't have time to be like away for a weekend. Scorpion?
The assets, codebase, and experience on how to do stuff faster and how to not market can be taken into future projects. And I'm really hoping for the next game I work on, it'll be a lot more financially successful so I can make this into a career.
Cool.
Now, would I recommend doing game development as a career? Yes, but I have some advice. Number 1, don't make a free-to-play game because they're really hard to monetize.
Yeah, so like if you want to make a free-to-play game, I think you should make a mobile game and then just follow. Like if you really want money, then just follow what the other assholes do, you know, Candy Crush and stuff. That's how I would do it. But I don't make a Candy Crush game because the market is saturated. There's too many Candy Crushs out there. Don't make a Candy Crush game, but do what Candy Crush does to milk money off users. If you want to make money, of course. I would make a paid game for PC. I think the best way into this, you have a computer, make a game for PC.
Yeah, it's actually the main advice, honestly. Now, in terms of some bonus stats that I would be super curious about if I were you. Number 1, do I make more sales from DLC or in-game coin purchases? So I've made around 3.6 times more from DLC, and this is probably because while coins can be earned through playing, the full body costumes that are DLCs are a lot cooler and more exclusive and can only be bought through paying.
Okay guys, sorry about this. Popped in here as YouTube comments are getting overwhelmed by you guys. Twitch, I kind of disagree with the non-match 3 game for indies. The main problem is that you need to have some budget for user acquisition. Worked 5 years in mobile game dev industry. So what you mean by that is you need budget to advertise your game, your mobile game, so that you can test out what works and what doesn't. Marketing, you mean that? So we watched this because your game has no organic traffic like Steam. Yeah, so you need to have an investment first, like what we watched in the other video, the fake mobile game ads. So we had someone in chat as well that worked on these. So she essentially had to create a game prototype, then they made trailers for the game, and then they put out those trailers and see which one of the trailers made the most amount of money, aka which one of those trailers was the most successful. Then they use that trailer and game as a baseline to actually develop the game. And so then with that money invested, you lose that money up front, then you make the game essentially. But that can be risky. Yeah. So I think the best way to get into gaming still, taking this into account, is make a PC game in Unity. Now that Unity changed their business model, no more installation fee. You can use Unity 6. You don't have to have the Unity start screen. You can make a really cool game. I think Unity is a good choice now, but guys. What about Unreal? I think Unreal, if you want to make a 3D game, but it can be a big task for your first game to make a 3D game. You can do it, but you can also do a 3D game in Unity. I'm a noob with Unity. Yeah, I mean, you're noob with everything that you start, you know. If you start, eventually you will become better if you just stick with it. The best part of Steam is the amount of content it has for you. Just a few Jonas Toralla videos and you're good to go. Yeah, not really. Even Steam recommends your games on their own. Steam does their own marketing for you. Even if your game is really, really bad, they still market the game for you at no cost, which is awesome.
But I guess more people are willing to dish out $2 for them. And also partly because Steam advertises DLCs more, for example, on the store page, so they're pretty visible and already in the player's mind. Number 2, what are the most profitable countries or regions? So the pricing
China?
of stuff in Paint Warfare varies by region because people in different countries have different buying power. So I've discounted coins, for example, in Russia by 50%, I think by something like 10 to 15% in Poland, and a lot more in Latin America. And this is really interesting because I have a lot of samples for Paint Warfare. So I localized the game into like 20 languages, maybe more. And the downloads are actually mostly from non-English speaking countries. So by downloads, 15.3% of players are from Russia, followed by 8%.
Oh, I see. Russian people like the Battle Royale theme, do they? Like the PvP guys. You know how you go into a PvP server in an MMORPG and there's always like a Russian group there? Yeah, makes sense. 100%. These guys like PvP.
The US, if you include other English-speaking countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada,
Counter-Strike, yeah.
This combined is 10.3%, so less than Russian players. Then there's 8% from Brazil, 6.3% from China.
Okay, China's kind of high up, but not that much. Turkey,
4.6% from Turkey, and 4.2% from Argentina. Around 20% is Latin America. And another key country, Poland, is 3.5%. Now on to the revenue share. So the US and Canada account for 45% of revenue.
Damn.
And if you include all English-speaking countries, this is 52.7%. So they're a lot richer.
We need to make a really good English game.
Only being around 10% of downloads, they account for over half of the revenue.
Yeah, because of the money value they put in. Because the English currency, like, it's just much more valuable than the currency from other countries.
This also could be due to the translations being better, since I use Google Translate for the other translations.
I mean, I can do 2 languages, but the other languages we have to find someone, yeah. Like, for example, into Chinese. Guys, can someone speak Chinese in chat? Any Chinese-speaking persons in chat here? Honestly, after watching this video, my takeaway from this is, if you're releasing a game, make sure it's the best looking with the cheapest to make assets you can, but don't put it for free. Instead, make it $10 to $15 and your best and do your best to make it worth that much before releasing. Then you have to invest something into advertising before you actually release, so you can actually make use of your release date event before it melts into the background. It's not melting into the background after the game is released. Steam still advertises your game actively even after the release. And you can use update patches to get another boost in sales. And you can use those with as much marketing as you can to get close to a release again. Now you have to discount your game to 20% when you do this, so that so that Steam sends out an email to all of your wishlisters, but you still get a huge boost. You can do this. I used 1 out of 5 rounds. How do you know that you used 1 out of 5 rounds? Who am I? Is that like an actual statistic in Steam somewhere? Aha. Update visibility rounds. Update visibility rounds are intended as an opportunity to highlight your major product update on the front page of Steam. This is only for use when announcing major updates. So you could use these. Visibility round is only shown to current owners, so it won't market to new people. Let's see here. DLC, this is not to be used for any other purpose. To start a round, you will need to enter a 100-character description about your product update and select a recent event or announcement where customers can find more details. To learn more, please see the visibility documentation and our blog post on blah blah blah. Note, you can start a visibility round once your launch visibility has concluded. Update, visibility rounds will not appear during the major seasonal sales. Guys, I'm talking about something else, okay? I'm not talking about these rounds. I'm talking about the general impressions that your game gets every day. Guys, it's fine. It's fine, you know. You won't believe me. It's totally fine. We'll talk in 2 years, okay? We'll talk in 2 years, guys. 2 years. Just wait. Okay, just wait. Let's continue. Woody is almost over.
Experience. Then Poland
Sorry about this, go back.
Of the revenue. This also could be due to the translations being better since I use...
Someone is at the door right now. I just can't believe this, bro. I listened to the experienced Gamedev, aka Mr. Jonas Tyrola. You're wrong. Let's go back here. Sorry about this. So 52% was English.
This is 52.7%. So they're a lot richer. And despite only being around 10% of downloads, they account for over half of the revenue. This also could be due to the translations being better since I use Google Translate for the other translations, which could harm the experience. Then Poland is the second largest for revenue at 7.5%. And then there's Germany at 6.4% and Russia at 5.7%.
Yeah, the reason why Russia is because their currency isn't worth much, like when you convert that to euros, unfortunately, yeah. It's the same with Twitch subs and stuff like that.
And then all of Latin America accounts for around 3.4% of revenue, despite it being 20%.
The game looks kind of nice
now,
still,
I think coins are discounted by about like 5 times there, but they just have a lot less purchasing power, which is fair enough. So yeah, I hope you found this interesting. Thank you very much for watching and subscribe for more devlogs. And I'll be working on a new game soon, so stay tuned for that.
Cool. Cancel. He actually talked with Charlie about this game. That's really nice.
A new game.
See this right here? Asking questions about my game. That's why it's probably the video right here is about, right? Very nice. There are more people than Jonas in this world though. Although he is a reliable source, just don't be blindsided from only one perspective. See, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that. But I'm taking Jonas Tyrola's word. I'm taking my own experience from having released a demo version. And I'm taking this guy's work, how Steam visibility works. And that's literally by the guy that is from Steam. So who should I trust?
Customers are
people or this guy that's explaining how it works? I don't know, man. For me, this coincides exactly with what Jonas Tyrola is saying, by the way. It is a strong argument to be had that we could be onto something here. Now, am I right? We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. I'm down to make my game better.